welcome. It's your boy Ramon, Trenton, and Pedro. We're coming back to you guys again with some heat today. I'm telling you. But just remember, this is SBS Sports Show, a place where fans can be fans no matter how biased their take is. Go ahead, like, share, comment. We'll greatly appreciate it. So we're gonna hop right into it. Man, oh man. We got some players shooting shots at at civilians. Yo, Lamar, chill, bro. Chill. I'm gonna pull it up right here. What this man said. Okay, I guess this dude, what Castell will kill. I guess he got killed. Someone is asking for over 250 million guaranteed, like Lamar Jackson. Games like this should not come to the kicker, Justin Tucker. Let Lamar walk and spend money on a well-rounded team. And Lamar Jackson took a bazooka and shot it right back at the dude. He hit the dude. He said, "Boy, shut the front door." Y'all be capping too much on this app. Like y'all mother lovers never smelt a football field. Yeah, you guys can read the rest of what he said. He told her to eat something. Man, oh man, oh man. What does you guys take on this one?
I mean, it's a different age. These it's a different age. Players, you can see this stuff. Social media is out there. You can see it a lot more. If I personally feel like if fans could say whatever they want, within reason, I feel like players should be able to shoot their shot back. I mean, everybody's just shooting at these athletes and they make all this money. Shut up and dribble this and that. But I mean, they're human beings at the end of the day too.
Yeah.
They're gonna be able to speak up. I mean, I know, I never made it to that level, but I mean, if people would walk down the hall and say something about how I played, I said what I needed to say. Like, hey, so I get it. It's Lamar. He's a real one, so you got to respect it. You got to respect it.
Woo.
Twitter, man, is a different animal out there. I mean, the environment that we live in today, people take the freedom of speech way too, like, as if that's the shield, more or less. And people feel that they can say whatever they say without repercussion. Because let's be honest, this guy right here will never meet Lamar Jackson. So he has...
Shoot, he might end up suing now because he said something.
Very true. I've seen articles out there that say this is Lamar Jackson said a homophobic because he's a gentleman and he told them to do that. You know what I mean? So,
but I just feel like people are reaching. Like, I mean, we know what he's saying.
Let's not get it twisted here.
Exactly.
Very sensitive. Which, now, with that being said, to play devil's advocate on this whole situation, I think Lamar may have, right after that loss, he wasn't playing at his best. So, yeah, he was probably upset with himself to begin with. And then he comes to see this tweet. So he's just letting this guy have it. This was his release of frustration. The issue is
the straw that
everyone in the world could see it as well.
Right. I mean, what they say, freedom of speech, it goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
It definitely does.
It goes both ways. People, like you said, the world has changed, I mean, it's a mix of like sensitive and all sorts of different things, sensitivity or whatever. But I mean, when you come for a man, I mean, it's one thing if old boy just like posted his tweet and he didn't tag Lamar, but you posted it and you tagged him, and then you're like,
and you tagged the picker. Then you tagged the picker saying, bro.
Yeah, like you coming for me like now I'm supposed to just sit here and not say nothing? That makes no sense. And to even question Lamar with, oh, everybody's talking about Lamar and this whole contract thing. Oh, he wants all this money. I mean, if you look at it, Lamar at right now is ranked sixth out of 39 QBs. So, I mean, isn't it kind of justifiable? Like there's other QBs out here making what he wants and more, and their ranking is nowhere near it. So it's like,
and one of them haven't even played yet.
Yeah. He's been suspended, So it's
probably
like
somewhere getting a massage right now before you got to warm up.
Hey, boy, Missy can't get right. So
we'll see at the end of this week.
We'll see it. We'll see it. I just think that we can't keep talking about money. The money these players are making, it's going to continuously go up. So we can't keep. I mean, if it's me, right? Like this is the thing that I always ask people when they start mentioning money. When you go to your job, do you tell them like, "Hey, I want to make as little as possible," or when you come in, you're like, "Listen, I got 3 job offers. I'm looking for a few different things, but the biggest thing is that we all looking for. Truth of the matter is, we want as much money as possible. So why would these players not want the same thing? Why would Lamar not want to be the highest paid?"
With that being said, though, I mean, do you think it hurts Lamar with him not having an agent? He's trying to be his own agent. So it's hard to know. Because let's be honest, like sometimes I know like in real world, like you and I, we negotiate for ourselves. But for these guys, I feel like when you're talking to upper management and everything like that, it's a lot easier to talk to an agent like, hey, you're not, quote unquote, hurting people's feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it is hurting himself that he's in his own agent because he probably could have had a great deal already. And I'm sure they have offered great deals, but Lamar wants what Lamar wants.
And I'm sure Lamar have a lawyer on his side to go through the whole contract thing and all about that. But he want. I like what he's doing because he's being a trailblazer in this part. Because these agents just be getting boohoo money just to talk to people, pretty much to be the middleman.
Yeah.
Why be the middleman? My mama was the middleman my whole life.
Yeah.
So who else got my best interest?
Exactly. Because I mean, you hear so many of these stories of like how these agents and these financial advisors and all these people screw these guys out of millions of dollars. So if
not
I'm
paying
Lamar,
taxes and whatnot,
I get it. I mean, I say this, to each his own. If you think you could do it, do it. And why not? He's going. It's going to happen. This is the thing. Whether it's Baltimore or it's somebody else, somebody's going to pay Lamar Jackson a lot of money to be their quarterback. So
100%.
He's at the end of the day, he's going to be successful in it. You know what I mean? So this, I'm going to say this. All Lamar has to do is this. He's going to walk into anybody's office and say, here are my numbers, and here's Russell Wilson's numbers. Pay me exactly what I'm looking for. Right.
So let's play devil advocate again. Do you think what's his name? Deshaun Watson hurt him? The reason why I say that is because like you gotta think Deshaun Watson hasn't played in 2 years. Let's just put that out there, right? And then he got 250 million was a guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Fully. Kirk Cousins.
And I think that quote unquote hurt him. And the reason why, and I do think Russell actually helped Lamar, but we'll get to that in a little bit because he didn't take the guarantee. So it lessens the blow. Because let's be real, like the way you get paid in the league now is there's a list out there of who's the best QBs and whatnot.
Right.
You can't. Right. Geno Smith isn't making more than Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not going to happen. Now, is he going to make more than, we'll say, Danny Dimes? Maybe. I'm just,
right.
You know what I mean?
Somebody's going to throw that money in.
I would take, I'll take Gino right now. I'll come back.
But you see what I'm saying though? Like I think with Russ not taking that guarantee helps. Now, if just what Lamar better be praying for is Deshaun Watson lighting it up. Because if he's not, no one's gonna give that much guarantee anymore. That's just
but
is the Todd Gurley effect.
The way that it goes is once the market is set, the market is there. So what Deshaun Watson didn't do anything, Cleveland did. Cleveland gave him that money. You know what I mean? Cleveland screwed it all up. Cleveland should have they that's why all these owners and everyone's so upset is because Cleveland offered and then gave him this money. You know, if I'm Deshaun Watson, like, yo, you gonna give me this type of money, I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna pass it up.
Even if I don't play it now.
Right.
You know, so I just think that Lamar gets a lot of hate, and we know the reasons behind the hate, and everyone's trying to call him a running back and this and that. But I say this: if you take, this is a perfect question, Pedro, you're a Bills fan, and then we can move on to the next one. If you take Lamar and Josh Allen and swap teams, does Josh Allen still have the career that he's having? And does Lamar's get better? Because now he's got a solid defense. He's got a line. He's got wide receivers to throw to. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that we're not looking at. You don't. He doesn't have a real number one receiver. Give him that, and maybe he's not sixth in the league. Maybe
and, I mean,
exactly.
Was Hollywood Brown was probably the only like top tier receiver.
Closest.
I mean, with that being said, and let me play devil's advocate with you, would, if not so much Josh Allen, but if you switched out Patrick Mahomes, and because they have pretty much the same offense. I mean, we can say KC has a little bit, but KC's never really had this year, at least, right? KC doesn't have a true number one wide receiver. Baltimore does.
Yes, they do. It's Travis Kelce.
How about to say Kelce?
Well, then, and that's what I'm saying. So, like, who is Baltimore's top receiver? You gotta say Mark Andrews, right?
Probably, yeah.
And
you know what I'm saying? So, the run game, I would, if you're splitting hairs, obviously, I think I would say KC. You know what I mean? They both. I think KC is just a little bit better, but they have. I feel like they have the same type of offense. You know what I mean? Opposed to like with Buffalo. Buffalo has all the weapons. There is no excuse, and the same from a Bills fan. There's no excuse this year that it should rely on our offense. So,
that's how I look at it though with the whole Lamar thing. You know, people don't give him enough respect, and they disrespect him too much. But you know, if that question gets asked more often, then we can really start, and you can really put some thought to it and think like, okay, well, maybe if this guy, if this organization went all in and gave him the weapons that he needed, maybe Lamar has a playoff win, or maybe he's in the Super Bowl.
Another playoff win.
Another playoff win. So, you know, but then this segues perfectly into the whole